Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name's Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. It's the end of another week of Loshak in the Bag shows. All in all, it's been a pretty successful week. I had a very successful week in MLB overall, though coming off a small losing day. And I'll tell you what, Jim, I'm liking my plays today, and I'm going to add a bunch more plays that I'm liking. Games that didn't have overnight lines that I think I'm liking. So that is the good news. I definitely want to keep a brisk pace in this show because we want to get to every game. I got a lot of picks I'm liking, Jim. I might wind up here on Monday. Whoa, shit. Sorry about that. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I might... Got a lot of picks going today. Might come back here on Monday. I might be even, or I might be up 25 units. Who knows? I'll tell you what. I'm feeling pretty good about the picks that I've given so far. Feeling pretty good about the picks that I'm going to give later on in the show in a few minutes. How you feeling about it? Today's MLB card, Jim?
Feeling pretty good. Pitching change in LA. So that is void.
But you can bet it again if you want. You get a better number.
I will in chow. But it's funny. The lineup came up and filled with right-handed bats, as people would imagine it would be. No Jock Peterson, no Grandal, no Bellinger, and the line actually went down.
Yes.
People like that looking lineup with the filling with right-handed bats. It's a bullpen game now, and
Dodgers,
they got these monster pinch hitters ready to go. I like it.
All right, sounds good. So we do have a lot to cover here, Jim. Then we also want to discuss WNBA. I don't know if you caught it, but that Connecticut Sun line exploded up. So I gave the first half -4 as an official pick in the morning show. Now it's up to 5.5 or 6. They're now about a 10-point favorite or so. Last I checked, and I also gave a little bit of a controversial pick, which is a Phoenix +8. Got a lot of pushback from that one in the morning show. Some people we respect saying that they like Minnesota here, saying Minnesota, of course, has not covered a spread yet this year, saying that Minnesota, as we see in the NBA as well, might be a team that is just doesn't get up for the mediocre teams and will get up for Phoenix. We'll see how it turns out. I might be on the wrong side of that one, but let's get into a MLB right now, Jim. First, let's just quickly check to see if there are any early comments so we make sure we don't miss, and then we'll get into the MLB picks.
Yeah, my man Nasty Nate joining us for a second show on his birthday. A little high,
That's
great. Little drunk.
That's great, Nasty Nate. We did give him a birthday pick in the morning show. I said that there's a lot of picks I'm kind of liking roughly equally, but I did say that the Cubs' second half was my official best birthday pick for Nasty Nate, right?
And my total went way against me.
Which one?
Big market. The one I gave to Nasty Nate, the over in that game.
I didn't like that one too. Not necessarily I didn't like it. I did give the Mets first 5 innings team total over. Kevy K says, here's a free pick for you guys. Mets first 5 innings team total over 2. Kevy K, that's already a pick that I did give in the morning show, so I'm agreeing with that one. Not necessarily liking the full game over though. And for anyone who did miss the morning show, we gave Jim huge props for just nailing game 1 in the NBA finals. Jim gave the first half over, which was a nice call, and then 2 just beautiful player props. Kevin Durant points under, which cashed even though the game went to overtime, and Klay Thompson points over. So nice job, Jimmy the Bag. We will touch on the playoff games a little bit. Wait, did they not put in the? I guess I put in a segment, a separate segment for playoffs, but they split them up. Okay. Anyway, that's all right. So, Kobe Valentine says Detroit Miguel Cabrera is upgraded to probable. Let's get into all these games, Jim, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are there any handicapping comments that you want to identify just very quickly? Kevin K says Sharps are hammering 2 dogs, the Mets and the Marlins. We will get into that game.
Ralph Portuando on the A's run line. Marco Lu likes Cubs, Jays, Brewers, Pirates, A's, Rays, Giants.
Okay.
That concerns me a bit. I'm going on the other side. I also have 3 plays to add on, and I'm looking forward to get to
this
it.
Is what Kevin K says, Pete, be overconfident. He said, Pete, don't be overconfident. You just can't win in life. Like most of the time, I'm like pretty humble and stuff, and people are like, Peter, you have to have some self-confidence. Come on, you're smart, you're this and that. You got to have some self-confidence. As soon as you have some self-confidence, people say, what are you, some kind of arrogant dickhead? Don't be so cocky all the time.
No.
Don't be overconfident. You can't win in life, Jim.
We just love you for who you are, whether you're confident or down on yourself. We love it. Anthony L on the Nats first 5 under. That makes me feel good. I'm on that play, and I love being on plays with Anthony L. He is he's a sharp,
very
capper.
Nice. It's true. You don't want to be overconfident, but I looked over these games carefully, and I just can't help it if I like what I'm seeing. I might be wrong. You might be right, but I'm not overconfident in a self-deluding kind of way. I just really like the plays that I'm given today, and let's start off by just quickly quickly reviewing the plays from the morning show, and then I will get into a bunch of the plays that I want to give because there's a lot of them, and I want to lock in the lines, and then we'll get your thoughts, Jim, on anything you want to add. First of all, in the morning show, I gave Cleveland, Minnesota under. First half under 4.5 and full game under 8.5. I know Carrasco's having some issues. It's a low total. I know Cleveland has a dog shit bullpen and their lineup's been great, but I took 2 unders on that one. I took the White Sox first 5 innings, team total over 2 to hit Anderson. Then I took Milwaukee second half money line to come back late. Then I did take the Angels first 5 innings, team total over 2.5, fade of Big Sexy. I did take the Mets first 5 innings, team total over 2 against Chatwood. Then I took Philly, San Francisco, second half under 3.5, minus 125. I did take a shot with Detroit minus 1, which wound up being plus 137. Now, Detroit's starting pitcher is a guy who makes me a little bit nervous. You know what I mean? He's a guy who you don't really trust. And who's starting for Toronto? Jaime Garcia, right?
Jaime, yeah.
Had a great start in his last start, low pitch count. So that could be a loser right there. But Detroit's been so good, you're getting a dog line, that I decided to take it. I also took Pittsburgh second half money line. That's a borderline play. Milwaukee White Sox first half over. I got 4.5 minus 130. I'm definitely liking that one. And Cubs second half money line. That is my birthday play directly for Nasty Nate. And here's a Jimmy the Bags plays. He has the overs in Yankees Baltimore. First 5 innings over 5.5 and full game over 10. He also has overs in Pittsburgh, St. Louis. First 5 innings over 4, full game over 7.5. He's also going with me on a fade of Big Sexy, but he's taking the Angels full game team total over at 4.5, minus 114. He also took Cubs Mets over 9, minus 103, a play that makes me nervous. He did take the Dodgers minus 1.5. That play is canceled, but he can give it again if he wants. He did take also the Angels on the run line minus 1.5 at plus 135. I'm vaguely agreeing with that one. I think I might be adding on the Angels minus 1 as well. He took the Washington-Atlanta game first half under 4.5 minus 120, and in one of his classic ballsy plays, which actually has been doing very well for you, Jimmy the Bag, you took an over in the game where James Paxton started. Jim likes over 6.5 in the Boston-Houston game with Sale and Cole. Interesting play. Those are my favorite kinds of plays that you give, Jim, when you take a seemingly contrarian play. You've done that with a few totals in San Francisco. You did that with the over in the Seattle game with Paxton, and now you're doing it here with Boston-Houston.
Yeah, I feel good. Mm-hmm. I feel good. A lot of guys wanting you to share your jacket with me.
You want to wear the jacket? I'm just saying that I think this is look this good. This looks on camera.
I think you should keep rocking it. Yes. You're hot right now. But
Pepto-Bismol is very on trend right now. It's going to project to be on trend through 2019 spring.
Is that right?
Yes, Pepto-Bismol.
Rob Portuano says, Pete, you wouldn't be overconfident if you gave Jimmy the fucking jacket.
You want to have the jacket?
No. I'm just saying. Take the fucking jacket. I'm just saying. Hide and seek says Jesus Jimmy Christ. Looks cold. Cough up the jacket, Pete.
Yeah, but people don't know this. I'm MGTOW. I'm also a Buddhist. I'm a Buddhist MGTOW. I don't have attachments. I'll burn this jacket. You think I'm attached to
Do not burn the jacket.
Okay, Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. Let's get into it, Jim. Let's see. Marco Lou says, Pete, can you show me your MLB record again? I might feel more confident if I know you aren't doing too well in MLB. What's he saying? Yeah, we can throw the record up there. Marco Lou, I had a small losing day yesterday because of the Angels fading Carpenter, but I'm up about 12 units on the year, up on the week, and I'm just look. I'm not saying that because I've had a winning week, that's why I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good about my picks today because of my analysis.
There you go, Marco Lou. You happy? You happy?
There you go. All right. Let's get into it. Those are the plays that we've given. Let me Jim, I got a lot of plays that I want to add on, so I want to just lock them in right now. Let's get into them, all right? First of all, a lot of people are wondering about the Oakland A's, right? Chris Davis is back, and obviously, what's his name? Kennedy has looked very, very fadeable. There was some debate whether or not we want to take Oakland here on the team totals, and I decided definitely yes. Definitely I'm going to take the Oakland A's on the first 5 innings team total over, and maybe the full game team total over as well. I did bet it at 2.5, minus 110. Let me see if that is still available. Minus 112 at Pinnacle, and I think Heritage might have 110. So I'm definitely taking that one. Oakland, first 5 innings, team total over 2.5, minus 110. That's the current line at Heritage, and I might throw on the full game team total over as well. What do you think about that, Jim?
I understand it. I've been hesitant watching this Oakland A's team very closely as I got the futures on them, and I just don't trust anybody but Chris Davis. And, I've got 3 of the guys in my pool. Semien right now is away on paternity leave. Mm-hmm. Chad Pinder looks terrible at shortstop. I like it. If I had to make a play, I would make it for sure. But I'm just a little hesitant.
This line is also total has definitely gotten bet up. Opened at 9, now up to 9.5. So I'm only going to take the first half team total over for now. But I'm tempted to take the full game team total over as well, which is 5 at Heritage and 4.5 minus 147 at Pinnacle. I'll check Bet365. But that's play number 1 that I want to add on. Another play that I definitely want to add on involves the Tampa Bay game. Now Tampa Bay is having another bullpen start, right? And Leak is starting, and we know Leak is one of the most confounding pitchers in baseball, isn't he? At times, he looks like he's borderline Homer Bailey style, and other times, he looks like he's borderline, who's a great pitcher who doesn't get a lot of strikeouts but gets good results? I don't know, borderline, I don't know, who? Like Greg Maddux style or something like that. I don't know.
And then I think this is a good time to fade him after an incredible start.
I do think so, too.
And I was hesitant to pull the trigger. Mm-hmm. He looked awesome in his last start. But I do have a play on this game. Mm-hmm. Romo looked good in the first 2 times he had these abbreviated starts. He, in his first, struck out the side against LA, and then he came back the next day, struck out 3 more and 1 in the third. Past 2 starts haven't gone well. Run in 2 hits in 2/3 of an inning, made 25th against Baltimore, then took the loss 2 days later, giving up 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk. I'm going to take the Mariners team total over. I do not think Romo is a good pitcher. I've watched him very closely when he was in San Francisco, and I just don't trust him at all. I think he'll get touched off the start. Then, of course, you're saying, why don't you take the first 5 over it? Just because I'm going to take the full game over. I think that this is going to start catching up to the Rays all these bullpen days. And I don't know what Leak's going to give us. He's always pitched the Rays well. 1-0, 2.77 ERA in his career. Coming off the best game of his season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
basically agree with everything that you're saying and thinking, Jim. I'm just not sure how to play it. One thing I'm definitely going to do, though, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay first 5 innings, team total over. What do you think this line is? First 5 innings, team total over for Tampa Bay. Going up against Leak.
I think you're going to get a beautiful number, but you get 2.
2 at what odds?
I'd say 2 at minus 123.
You're getting, the odds are minus 132, but it's 1.5.
Wow.
Mike Leake. How is Mike Leake a 1.5 first 5 innings team total guy?
And there was a feeling we when we talked about Leak about 3 weeks, a month ago, that he was pitching better at home, and then I looked at his splits, and they weren't. They weren't until this last start.
I'm just saying, fine. We said this thing about Clayton Richard. How is Clayton Richard a 1.5? I mean, it's not an insult to them. 1.5? I remember that was the exclusive province of like Corey Kluber or whatever. So I'm taking this one. Tampa Bay first 5 innings team total over 1.5 minus 132. I'm also thinking about the first 5 innings over as well. Also thinking about the full game over as well, and the Seattle first 5 innings team total over is also over 2. So first, let's find the over for Jim. Tampa Bay, Seattle. I would agree with this one. Best line right now be 8 minus 103. Jim's going to take us.
No, what? I'm just on the Mariners team total over.
Okay. The Mariners team total over on the full game.
Yes.
Okay, let me find it. 4 minus 110, and that's at Pinnacle. Let me just quickly check Heritage. And why would you not want to double up on that one? Take the first 5 innings over at 2.
I'd like it. There's no question about it. I'm just hesitant to double up. Mm-hmm. It has not been going very well for me, and but I like it. There's no question. I think Romo's going to get touched. I really do. So you know what? I will take it.
Whatever you want to do.
No,
Jim.
I will. I'll take the first 5 over 2. Yeah,
both of them. All right. So the full game is 4 minus 110. I'm just trying to. I'm like, if it was a play I was really liking like that, I would probably try to stack a few units here and there. You know what I'm saying? Why not double up? Sometimes you get burned.
I got 4.5 at plus 125 when I made it, and I was pretty excited about that. But I'd much rather have 4. I'd much rather have
4 minus 110. Probably at Bet365 there is a 4.5 at plus money. Would you rather have that?
No, I'm comfortable with getting the 4.
Okay.
Not forcing the 5-run spot. So,
and for the first 5 innings at Heritage, it is 2 minus 115. You want that one?
2, yes, I do. And a lot of guys talking that they like your play here. Kevin K saying Rays can easily get the 1.5.
So I might go on with
Anthony L saying the same thing. At 1.5, you have to bet the Rays over.
So I might go on this first 5 innings team total over with you as well, Jim. I might go on the first 5 innings. If there was a 4 available, I would take it. But unfortunately, I'm only seeing 4.5s at plus money, but plus 110 at UWager. But I'm definitely liking both of those, and I might wind up tripling up or quadrupling up on this game. Let me just think about it for a few minutes. Then another game that I want to get to is Cincinnati, San Diego. Lockett is a guy who's coming up. might not be ready for prime time, did not do well in the minor leagues. Molly on the other side for Cincinnati has also been struggling. This one, I'm also thinking about the first 5 innings over. Unfortunately, earlier in the day, there were some 4s available, and if I had given this in the morning, I could have gotten a 4. Now I'm only going to have to be able to take 4.5s, but I'm still thinking about that and thinking about the 2 team total overs as well on the first 5 innings and even the full game. What do you think about this game? Did you look at that one?
I did, and I took a look at Lockett, and I got horrifying flashbacks of yesterday's Tigers-Angels game.
Right.
And I know that it's just a bias, but I was just getting these horrifying flashbacks of a pitcher who's looked terrible. Now, in the PCL, right, Pacific Coast League, where we know it's a very offensive league, 5.31 ERA, 1.45 whip. He does have 4 pitches, throws 92 to 95, but and then Molly, I can't even trust Molly. 3 and 6, 4.76 ERA, 1.41 whip. I can understand you wanting to take the first 5 over. The Padres have a good vibe for the first time. They've won 3 straight. They finished May with a winning record, 15 and 13. What's your move here? What are you going to do?
Well, I could take a shot with the Cincinnati first 5 innings team total over, just thinking that maybe Lockett doesn't have it going on right now. And you know what? I am going to do that. Yeah, I mean, it's in the PCL, though, so maybe you think his stats are a little bit...
Yes, I think he's a little bit better than his numbers show. And they're quite confident. I mean, what this was a 4th round pick in 2012. 24 years old. He's got 4 pitches, as I said. Now I'm just triggered shot. I'm just messed up over yesterday.
No, I hear you. All right, I'm going to think about this one. That is also a 10 o'clock game Eastern time, so maybe I'll tweet out the play if I want to add it on. There's one play that I missed in the morning show. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to give a shout out. My man Brian Clark says, I fucking love this show.
Oh, thank you so much,
Brian Clark a shout out. And then Hide and Seek says Lockett is as trustworthy as J.R. Smith with 5 seconds left in the basketball game. And I understand that. But I don't know. I didn't bet this game, and I looked at it for a while. I didn't know what to do, and I'm very curious to see what you're moving.
Yeah, and I might make a decision in this show, or maybe I'll wait to tweet it out. But one other play I have to give, no-brainer play here. Yankees, second half, -170. Yankees, second half, -170 at Heritage. It is a high line. Not sure what's going to happen with Gray or Cashner, but once they're gone, definitely the Yankees have an edge in the bullpen and in the lineup, I think. So I'm taking the Yankees, second half, -170 as another definite play that I'm going to give. Jimmy the Bag, what do you think about that? You're on the overs on this one. How do you feel about those overs?
Sorry, I was Bill Butler saying UFC starts in 10 minutes.
UFC? No, that's not. No, it's what the hell is he talking about?
He says it starts in 10 minutes.
No, he's talking about it in the show. I think he's fucking with us.
Okay.
I think he's fucking with us in some way. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because it's a very serious comment.
Yeah. No. He's fucking with us in some way. What were you gonna say, Jim?
We're talking Pirates cards.
Yeah.
I like it, and Twatty likes it so much. He's taking team total overs on both squads, getting 3.5 on each, which is a pretty nice spot to be in.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe he's right. What time does it start? Hold on one second. What time is it? I assumed it. I didn't check the starting time, but wait, what? But he's not talking about the main events.
UFC is today.
No, I know.
Early prelims.
But is it
starts in 10 minutes? Early prelims.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't have any opinions on the prelims. I don't have any. All right. Well, how about this? Let's lock our plays in, and then we will. Then I'll quickly talk about the main card of UFC.
Sweet. It helps Twatty go night.
Yeah. So. Okay. All right. Yeah. I didn't realize it was starting so early. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's go then, Jim.
Well, let's keep our shit together and not panic here. Yes, I have a play to add. I agree. I think it might have been Anthony L. I'm not sure who was saying it, and I'm sorry to not give you the proper shout out that you deserve, but I agree that fading the Giants is probably, I don't want to say moving forward. I've not liked Stratton. I've said it over and over again. He's not a first round pick to me. And I'm taking Pivetta. Like what Pavetta's doing. Obviously, he's a kid from Victoria, BC, so I got a soft spot for him. But I love the way he's been pitching this year. Game time temp 64 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out pretty strong. These two teams met earlier this month, and we all remember it. It was a huge sweep. One of those games was Pivetta versus Stratton, and Stratton got touched. Giants are coming off a 2-6 road trip. They did not look good. Hoping to get Panic and Hunter Pence back off the DL. L. Pivetta, 4-3, 3.26 ERA, 1.09 whip, 67 Ks in 58 innings. He's pitching very well. Has allowed just 3 runs in his last 4 starts. And that started with a shutout of the Giants. Stratton, 6-3, 4.97 ERA, 1.45 whip. He's allowed 10 earned runs in his last 15 innings, 21 hits in his last 15 innings. I am pulling, just like my man Coleon is saying, I'm pulling the trigger on these Phillies.
All right, the Phillies on the full game, first half. What do you want?
Full game.
All right, full game. Let's see. Best line right now would be minus 102 at a bunch of places. Philly, money line, minus 102. I'm on the second half under on that one. I don't exactly know what to... I mean, Pivetta obviously is a notch above Stratton. Stratton was a little bit better in his last start, and I'm just not quite sure what to make of the Philly lineup right now. And San Francisco is getting a bunch of guys back, right? Is Pence back, or who's back?
Pence and Panik are likely to be back in the lineup, but that doesn't really concern me, especially Pence is not the player he once was.
Right.
And Panik, I like Panik, but he's been out since April, I believe April 27th. It's not going to be easy for him just to start strolling.
All right, so the 3 plays I've definitely 100% was going to add on. Yankees second half minus 170. Oakland first 5 innings team total over 2.5 minus 110, and Tampa Bay first 5 innings team total over 1.5 minus 132. Then there were a lot of other plays I was thinking about. I was thinking about with this Tampa Bay Seattle game, doubling or tripling or quadrupling up on the overs. The Cincinnati San Diego game, doubling, tripling or quadrupling up on the overs. The Texas LA game, also quadrupling up on it. I was thinking about right now I've only given the Angels first 5 innings team total over, but I was thinking given the full game team total over, Angels minus 1, and maybe even the first half over, which was just 4.5. Looking around at other plays here, also thinking about doubling up on Oakland, taking the full game team total over on that one. Also the Milwaukee White Sox game, I gave Milwaukee second half, I gave the White Sox first 5 innings team total over, and I don't understand why this total has gotten bet down. It opened at 9.5. On the overnight, it was 9. I thought that was a good play. Well, now it's headed up just a little bit, but there's 8.5s here, and I don't understand this at all. I know Santiago is a lefty, and Milwaukee doesn't hit lefties or whatever, but he's not a great lefty, and Anderson's struggling. I know Milwaukee has a great bullpen, but how is this line 8.5, Jim?
Yes, it is well, I was afraid to take it because
why?
As much as I dislike Santiago, the Brewers are second worst in the league against lefties.
Okay.
Before we finish off this game,
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to our man Pink Eyed Genie. He says, "Holy shit, Jimmy and Peter live, love the show. Had my car stolen along with my wallet yesterday. Cleaned me out, but hey." I got the low bag crew.
Wow.
And hit that Phillies A's parlay. We love you so much, Pink Eyed Genie. When you can only go up from here, and we're very thankful to have you as always, my man.
That's a guy who knows how to deal with adversity in life, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It helps handing out pink eye, I guess, to strangers. But he's a great part of the low bag.
Yeah.
Family.
And here's a comment from Kevy K. Pete, your edges aren't strong enough to quadruple up. Ouch.
Jesus.
Ouch. That nailed it right on the kisser.
Jesus.
Right on the chin.
Jesus.
Loshak is hurt and against the ropes. Wow, just nailed it right on the kisser. He was just like, we were going back and forth, giving some opinions. Pow! Right on the kisser. Bam. I'm hurt, but I'll bounce back. You know what? I'm going to show him. I'm going to quadruple up on a bunch of these games. I'm going to come in back here on Monday with a stack of 15 units added to my record. How about that?
You're hot right now.
Yeah.
You're wearing camel hair. I don't see how anything could go wrong.
How about that? KBK, cash me outside. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I love any opportunity to say that.
Yes, yeah, and he says, "I'm not trying to be a dick.
Ooh.
I'm trying to help you."
You know what that is? That's a reverse uppercut. That's when you what's the word when you damn with faint praise when you say something that on the surface like how in the South they say bless your heart when they really mean fuck you. Man,
no,
K.
I think Kevin K cares about us. I think he's in our corner.
I understand.
My man Tilo's joined us. Thinks you're looking pretty sharp in that camel jacket.
Absolutely, I love you, Kevin K. It's a challenge. Maybe Kevin K's right.
Oh shit. Sean Robertson absolutely agree, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Listen, maybe they're right. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If they're wrong, it's up to me to prove them wrong.
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes, it
and
is.
I see it as a challenge. I love it. We love you all. Sean Robertson and Kevy K. All right. Okay. So let's see. What else do we have going on here? All right. So
I know what I have to do.
What?
And this will give you a little bit of time to decide if you're going to triple up or quadruple up. Right in Kevy K's goddamn face. I hope you do. I am taking the Coors Field fade. I like that the Dodgers have a lineup full of righties. I don't love Scott Alexander. Makes me a little uncomfortable. But in saying that, 4.05 ERA. Through 20 innings, 13 Ks, 12 walks. There's not a lot to like out of him, but he won't be in there for very long. I think this lineup is nice, and with this lineup, we have a ton of studs ready to pinch hit, and we're going to need them because we're going to keep switching pitchers. So I'm on the Coors Field fade here. And going to fade Anderson.
Okay, yeah, wow, some interesting stuff coming in on UFC. We are going to get to that in a second, and of course, Kevin K. I was just going for the for a little bit of the joke there.
Yeah,
I absolutely
we love
know that
Kevin
you
K.
are.
We know that.
No, absolutely, and on the other hand, if you quadruple up with all your edges, then you've made them equal, and then even if you have a small edge, it's okay to quadruple up. But all right, so let's see. All right, you're going to take what are you going to take? The alternative run line here, right?
I am, and that line moved down in tenor. Like the lineups came out, and I was like, ooh. Good. I think the lineup could be better when I'm on the.
Yeah, I'm seeing just plus 175.
It's back to 175. Okay, that's what I got.
Okay. So Jim's going to take the LA Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 175. Okay.
Kevin K says, Loshak, I respect the shit out of you, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Don't get it twisted. You've taught me how to be a great captain.
Oh my God. Now I'm going to cry. All right, Jim. Listen. I want to get to the topic at hand, though, which is this friggin' total in the Milwaukee game. Why has this total gotten bet down? I don't get it.
Well, I guess people don't think that Chase Anderson is going to continue the regression.
Okay.
And they like Hector Santiago in this spot. And I'm shocked that they do, but he has looked better, as I said in the early show. Last 20 and a third, respectable 3.54 ERA, struck out 18 batters over that time. I mean, the Brewers are hitting really badly against lefties.
Sure.
I mean, really badly. 219, 649 OPS. White Sox are not hitting well against anybody.
Yeah, and I know that Milwaukee has obviously a great bullpen. I bet them on the second half every game, and the White Sox have an improved bullpen as well. I'm just not seeing the all right, I'm not going to take the first half over, which is 5. If it was 4.5, I would take a shot with it. But just because this total is so low, I will throw this one on here. 8.5. It was just 9. I'd probably pass. But Intertops has 8.5 minus 120, and I will take that one as well. White Sox game over 8.5 minus 120. Over 8.5 minus 120. Jim laughing like something funny.
JK says that Pete is a roller coaster of emotion wrapped in a camel hair jacket.
Yeah, I guess I do. I wear it all on my sleeve. All right, let's see. What else do we have here going on? Other things that I was thinking about. Yeah, the Milwaukee game is what I was thinking about. Here's another play I was thinking about, Jim. I did take the unders in the Cleveland-Minnesota game. I was also thinking about taking Minnesota first half, either on the money line or on the plus a half run line, which would be just minus 117. The big question is, what's up with Carrasco? Is he going to struggle again? Is Barrios going to be able to hold down this Cleveland lineup, which has, of course, been pounding the ball recently? Maybe this is a down spot for them. I was thinking about Minnesota on the first 5 innings, run line plus a half at minus 117.
Yeah, man, I was humming and hawing over the first half under all afternoon and haven't made a move on it yet. Game time temp 77 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in strongly. A lot of, the Twins lineup without Mauer or Buxton.
That's not good, yeah.
That's not good for
Minnesota.
The Twins, but it is good for unders. I don't know what Carrasco is going to give us, and what Kobe said about his foot gave me enough pause to not include it in my bets.
Yeah. So my lean, again, this is a borderline play here, but I will throw this one on. I'll take, I can feel people already saying, no, Pete, don't do it. I'm thinking about throwing on Minnesota first 5 innings plus a half run at minus 117. The problem is just Cleveland's lineup has been explosive recently, right?
They're hotter than any offense in the league.
But now they're going on the road, facing a strong pitcher. Is Barrios going to shit the bed here, or is he going to have another decent start? I think he's going to be okay again.
I think he's going to be okay, but they just put up 9 runs yesterday, and they're playing very well.
They really are, Jim. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a shot with this one. Minnesota first half plus a half run at minus 117. If Carrasco gets shelled, which is possible, then at least I'll cash with that one. We'll see how it turns out. Minnesota first half plus a half minus 117. Although interestingly, the market does appear to be betting on Cleveland on the first half, so that means that either they think that Barrios is going to get hit or that Carrasco is going to be fine.
I think they're just I think they're just playing extremely well and hot right now, and then that's the issue. I think people are just believing in what they're doing.
And also, interestingly, the total is getting bet up as well. It opened at 8.5 plus 105. Now it's 8.5 minus 109 at Pinnacle. I took the under. I got like 106 or something like that. So I might be on the wrong side of this game completely. But obviously, if Barrios gets shelled, that'll be 3 units of loss right there. But hopefully, some of these other games where I've tripled and quadrupled up on will bail me out.
Native Queen has joined us.
No, nice. Let's see what she has to say.
She is on Detroit, Toronto.
Toronto. Wow. Okay. Yes.
Detroit. Toronto. I don't know. I think they're Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're playing each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No score in the first.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit score first.
Mm-hmm.
And first 5 money line, game money line. She's on the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, so am I. I took that one as well. All right, so that's just about it for me. I basically have to make some decisions about whether I want to double, triple, or quadruple up on some of these other games. And Jim, of course, has added Philly money line, Seattle team total over, Seattle first 5 innings team total over, and the Dodgers at -1.
Anthony L saying Twins full game is best.
Twins full game is best because of the bullpen, right?
Fading that bullpen.
Yeah. We'll see how it turns out. I might, again, the plays that I was really liking today are like, the simple ones. Oakland, first 5 innings, team total over. Really liking that one. Tampa Bay, first 5 innings, team total over. Really liking that one. Yankees, second half, -170. Really liking that one. Mets, first 5 innings, team total over. Really liking that one. Cubs, second half. Really liking that one. Angels, first 5 innings, team total over 2.5. Really liking that one. I should probably just stick with all the plays that I'm really liking. But the other ones I did bet a little bit, and so I'm going to throw them on there as well. And I'm also liking the White Sox, first 5 innings, team total over as well. Not a believer in Anderson right now. So all those plays are the plays that I'm really liking. And then the others are just kind of secondary that, in days and weeks past might have just stayed in the leans column. But now I am trying to push a little bit, putting my leans into my official plays.
I like it. This line for the Houston-Boston game, total, all over the map. It's just they just don't know what to do with it. You can get 6.5 at -125 at 5 dimes, -110 at Pinnacle. You can get 7 at +120 at Bookmaker. Wow, all over 7 at +105 at other books at UWager. Man, I think there's going to be runs. I don't think I'm more confident in the Atlanta-Washington game being a lower scoring game in the first 5 than Sale and Cole, even though I think these offenses are hitting at a very high level right now in comparison to Washington and Atlanta.
All right, a lot of great comments coming in. No, Kevin K is apologizing again. Kevin K, everything's good. It's all good, fam. It's all good, fam. I just anytime someone gives me an opportunity, that's kind of I guess the luxury of being me is that I don't have any real haters, so I don't have that much opportunity to hit back.
Why were you looking at me when you said you don't have any haters?
Because you're my partner in the video. I'm talking to you. Who else am I going to talk to? You or the camera?
I think you know I have a few haters.
No, I'm kidding.
I do.
We're all just kidding around
does have a few haters.
All right.
And pint glasses of semen for them all.
We are all just kidding around here. All right, so let's see. Parlay Poppy, I'm huge on the first 5 over Astros. Sox. Nice. Astros, Cole. Jim likes that one as well. What else do we have here? Kevin K asking about the Marlins. The Marlins game, I mean, that is a really tricky one.
Oh, Scotty Rock forever. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
You're reminding us that you do have one hater.
Now, who's that? Oh, Mark Lewis. Yes, of course. No, but and of course, the second hater is myself. But all right, no, I'm kidding around. No, I don't know. No. And also, no, kidding around.
Oh, I could tell there was truth in that.
I hate when people say there's a little truth in every joke. No, there's a little truth in some jokes, and other jokes there's implied opposite truths. Anyway.
Oh, the haters coming out.
Yeah, let's move on to Miami, Arizona. Now, this game I kind of stayed off of because I couldn't tell if the roof was going to be over. It's supposed to be really hot, open. It's supposed to be really hot in Arizona today, and normally when it's 100 degrees by first pitch, the roof is closed. But I, checked all my sources. They were saying that the roof's going to be open. I'm going to check again right now to see if they have updated any of the information. I go to Chase Field Roof Info at MLB.com. They wouldn't lie to me, would they? And they better not.
If these assholes lie to you, I'm gonna lose my fucking.
I mean,
on Friday on the 10th show of our
this is serious.
And they're gonna fucking lie to your face.
See, look at this. Chase Field Roof open. But if you look at the temperature, it's like expected to be 100 degrees at first pitch.
Wow.
So I'm not sure what to make of this then. I'm not sure what to make of this then. Part of me wants to take the over because obviously these two pitchers are at, vulnerable. I mean, Buchholz has had 2 great starts on the road in hitters' parks. Now he's coming home in 100-degree heat. It's not that looks vulnerable to me. God, Miami might touch him.
I agree. These pitchers look so vulnerable. It's shocking that they're I think they're very, very questionable. Buchholz, Hernandez. We didn't get this game down very, very much in the early show.
Well, for me, there was a reason because I couldn't get accurate information on the roof being open, and I just assumed that there's no way it would be. And see, now I'm looking at rotowire.com, and it's saying hot temperatures will likely lead to a closed roof at Chase Field Friday night. But MLB.com is saying that it's going to be open. So that's why I didn't touch on this game. Do you have anything to say about it?
I do. I have a ton to say about it. We didn't get into it in the early show. Some questions about horse racing. Yes, I'm very big in being studying harder on Woodbine's there, right? Start on the Belmont and even on the other races, just because the first 2 races have been so successful. I really want everybody to pad their pockets. So I'm so excited. And I did yesterday watch the last 10. Belmont and took notes. Marty Muerte said, "Did you play Woodbine?" I would if I had more time, and I'm there 5 days a week when I'm in Toronto. Just don't really have time right now. But I got my HBI account ready to rock. This Hernandez versus Buchholz start. D-backs coming off a series win over the Reds. They scored 21 runs in 3 games after scoring, just 34 runs in 17 games. I had to, dig deep to find information on Hernandez and Buchholz and how they did in the minors and try to get a better idea of why Buchholz is pitching well and Hernandez is pitching well. Hernandez looked okay for minor league starts, but lots of walks, high whip, and a high ERA. And Buchholz looked great in AAA Reno. 1-1, 2.93 ERA, but both of them walked a lot of guys. I really feel like I'm making a mistake not making a play here. I just didn't know what to do with these bums.
Yeah, and here you go. Pink Eye Genie says roof will be closed. The panels on the side might be open. They open the roof to grow the grass during the day, close it at night. I live here. That's what I would assume, except again, on MLB.com it says roof expected to be open. So I'm passing on this game.
Todd Raymond says they will shut the roof.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. But
not applicable says Larry needs a camel hair jacket.
Kevin K though is saying that right. So now Kevin K saying that they're planning on having a fireworks show, so the roof has to be open for that. Current status is open. Not sure if they close it / cancel the fireworks. And Kevin K also pointed out that the Sharps are on the over. The total has gotten bet up a little bit. And look, I'm just passing on this.
Did you see what Kevin K's update here?
What did he say?
Chase Field planning on having a fireworks show.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, it's okay. That's all right. No, that's all right. That's okay. Yeah, so let's see. What else do we have? Todd Raymond, I'm off the D-backs game. I am as well. And anything...
wow, Hako Schofield says Twins will lose to Cleveland. Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, I might be on the wrong side of that one. I might be on the wrong side of that one.
I just want to just spend 30 more seconds on this game because Jay Ryan, whom we're thankful to have with us, says Buchholz is not that old veteran who got crafty like Moyer. I think he's due to get smashed soon.
It definitely feels that way. Maybe this is the game. As we know, those when those guys who are veterans and just don't have the stuff that they used to have are due for a smashing. It doesn't matter if they're going up against the Yankees or the Marlins. The Marlins are still a major league team, and they will. If Buchholz is off his game, he'll get crushed. That doesn't have to be against the Red Sox or something like that.
Sandercock on the Marlins money line. I'm a little I'm a Santa Cruz and Marlins, definitely. I don't know what to do with this game, and it doesn't start till later. I'm not going to make a move on it.
Yeah, Kevin K says Buchholz is an extreme fly ball pitcher. Hernandez is too. I think there could be some slugs here. Yeah, I would be leaning over as well. I'm just gonna pass on this game. Too much uncertainty here. And also, the other thing is that you don't necessarily know how deep either of these guys are gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I could easily see one or both of these guys unexpectedly, struggling for an inning or two, and then they're pulled.
Wow, Pink Eye Genie says, hold up. Let me go ask the current ground crew guy that just started working for us. Be right back.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
How am I down 15 units with all this insight? Slay the spread.
Sean Robertson says, Loshak, I'm riding with the first 5 Twins with you. It's fucking Freaky Friday, baby. Let's go. Twins up by 2 after 5. Listen, a lot of people, most notably Hako Schofield, are trying to talk me off of Twins. Obviously, Cleveland has been awesome. Now they're going on the road, though. I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but I'm going to take a shot with that. That is definitely probably my most borderline play out of all of them, but I'm going to throw it on there. I did bet it a little bit, nothing huge, just a minimum amount. And Not Applicable says, don't trust Twins. Yes, that's an understatement.
Whatever make you happy saying Buckhold Slider is working. Marlins won't hit. And Twali Latte saying Marlins are bad at hitting baseballs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Marlins are a weak lineup in general. So, yeah, this is a low point in the show right now. Saying obvious shit here. Pausing, saying obvious shit. This is Jimmy the Bag. We don't want to start backsliding into the ways that
Slip
other
Spread
shows
says Angels are the biggest public play, a.k.a. Fade It. I'm on that team total over for the Angels and the Angels run line, so that does scare me. They played bad yesterday. I don't expect Cologne to continue pitching well, and I like Beria.
Yeah, Pink Eye Genie says, talk to my coworker. He says the roof will be closed for sure. If there's a fireworks show, they will open it after the game. Yeah, I don't know what the actual temperature is in Arizona right now, but on the weather reports I'm seeing, it's saying it's going to be 100 degrees on first pitch, and anytime that is the case, the roof is pretty much, it's a guarantee that it's going to be closed. So I don't know. I'm passing on the game. Let's move on. Although Jason Andercock says Marlins got their good lineup in, and definitely the market has moved in Miami's favor. This is one of those 30-cent line moves, Jim. Open at plus 157 on Pinnacle, now plus 126 on Pinnacle. So this is one of the classic 30-cent line moves that the market is telling us the Marlins might be the right side. Market is not always right with those moves, but certainly more often than not. And at least as of right now, it seems like they're tailable even after the move. But, there you go. We have 130 in Intertops if you want to take that one.
No, I'm gonna stick to what I've got and not worry.
Okay.
Jake Lee says Angels win big. Kevin K said, Kobe, you also fading the Angels? I'm comfortable with my plays. I'm comfortable. It's start of a new month, and I need to get rolling.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. What else is going on here? Yeah, I was thinking about doubling up with the Oakland team total over. The first 5 innings on Tampa Bay, Seattle as well. Maybe going on with you with the Seattle first 5 innings team total over, Jim.
And Americ, my man Clint, giving us some insight on the weather in Arizona. Would you like to hear?
Yeah, sure.
He says, I live in Phoenix, guys. I don't know the actual temperature. But my balls are dripping.
Very nice.
And not in a good way.
So people are talking us off of the Angels, huh? They're saying the Angels are a big public play. Stay off of that one. I was thinking about throwing that one on there as well. Doubling up on that one. It would be minus 1. Would have been minus 106 in the morning. Now it's a little bit. It's a bit.
Parlay Poppy, very sharp guy, says he is not concerned. Says Angels will be a run machine tonight. Mark my words. They looked terrible yesterday.
Yeah.
They have to talk about it. I think this is a bounce back spot against the old fat man. And I understand it's a public play, but I'm on it.
Yeah. All right. So Jim, any other plays you want to add in MLB right now?
No, I added 3 plays, right?
Okay. Yes, you did. All right, so let's do
4 plays because we added that one first 5 team total over.
All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we just quickly review the 7 o'clock MLB games, of which there are only 3 or 4 with the Washington-Atlanta one. Then let's move on to a WNBA. Then we'll talk a little bit about...
I thought you were going to do the UFC.
Yeah.
It's starting in 10 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, then then we'll do UFC, and then we'll do WNBA, and then we will talk about the playoffs. How about that, Jim? Okay?
Yeah, and Kevin K talking about Trout hitting 556 off of Cologne. Yeah, 10 for 18. That was a big reason. Their big boys hit him very hard, and I believe in it.
All right, so Yankees-Baltimore. Jim is on first half and full game over. I am on the Yankees second half, which is a definite play for me. Cubs and the Mets. I'm liking both of my plays. I'm liking the Mets first 5 innings, team total over, and I'm liking the Cubs on the second half. Also, you could make a strong argument for the Mets, just the general full game team total over at 4. If Chatwood has issues with control, once again, the Mets could easily have 4 runs by the 3rd inning, and Jim is on the over in that game, 9. He got it at minus 103. Now it is down to 8.5 at Heritage and plus 111 at Pinnacle. So the market is definitely moving towards the under. And like I said, Jim, the reason I didn't necessarily like your play on the over is just because I feel Wheeler, not a great starter, but is a little bit better than how he's looked recently. And I feel like Chatwood is probably going to have a bad start, but they're not going to let him go that deep. I don't think they're going to keep him out there and give up 10 runs. And then the Cubs bullpen will come in. And then you have a pretty decent bullpen going up against a relatively weak lineup, which is why I like the Cubs second half. Mets first 5 innings, team total over, but don't like the full game over.
You know, just to give you an idea of how much I disagree with your Zach Wheeler breakdown, I will take the Chicago Cubs first 5 team total over.
Jimmy the Bag stepping it up. Really? What do you want here, Jim?
I think Zach Wheeler is barely holding on to his spot in the rotation. This Cubs offense is humming, and I think Wheeler is going to get touched.
Sure. All right, let me find that one for you. Okay, you think Wheeler is going to get touched? Let's find you the you want the first 5 innings team total over.
I'm curious. I'm going to decide between that and the full game over.
Okay, so the first 5 innings would be 2.5 plus 119 at Pinnacle, and the full game for the Cubs 4.5 minus 102. 4.5.
I'll take the over 2.5 on the plus line.
Okay,
and get paid.
Jim's going to take Cubs first 5 innings team total over 2.5 plus 119 at Pinnacle. I don't strongly disagree with that. I'm not going to take the under on this game. I just feel like at 9 it was a little bit iffy.
Not applicable says Wheeler shits the bed. DP 13 says Cubs first 5 money line. Let's get that money. Elio Rodriguez says Cubs sweep. I think Wheeler is barely holding on to his spot in the starting rotation, and this is a Cubs offense that is humming, and he's going to get touched.
Okay.
Wheeler is going to get touched and violated.
Okay. I hope you cash Jim. So now Jim is on the full game over and the Cubs first 5 innings team total over. Again, I'm on the Mets first 5 innings team total over and the Cubs second half. Toronto-Detroit is a pass for Jim, and I took Detroit -1, although the market has now moved in Toronto's favor. That's not a good sign. I don't like these late small market moves on a road team, you know? I think I might be on the wrong side on this one. I kind of felt that way. Hardy is just very unreliable, and Garcia, in general unreliable, but after his last start, maybe not. Maybe he's, about to go on a run of 5 or 6 starts.
I'm so confused with Jaime Garcia that I'm off the game.
Yeah.
You know what? And this might be a mistake because I think now, obviously, the 10 days off really helped him, I guess, arm strength wise. But I think if you take the Tigers as a dog against every single lefty for the rest of the year, you'll end up money.
Yeah, I hope you're right. We'll see. Maybe something will happen late because both these teams kind of have dog shit bullpens. So, I'm on it. I took Detroit -1, and I might be on the wrong side there. And then Washington, Atlanta, that game's a pass for me. Jimmy the Bag is on the first 5 innings under at 4.5 -120, and that line is almost exactly where it was. So no movement on that one. Hope you cash on that one. I'm off it. And that's it for the 7:30 MLB games. That's it for the games up till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I like adding that play, and I'm very thankful that we went over those games. So thank you. I'm going to and that game starts right at 7.
Yes.
In 12 minutes?
Yes.
Joshua Gray, man, great guy, great low bagger, says, drinking some cold Dos Equis, watching the best fucking show. Salute to my low backers. Love all of you.
There you
All's
go.
insight.
Man, thank you so much. Who was that? Joshua Gray?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joshua Gray. Really fucking appreciate that. All right, so now should we do MMA or should we do WNBA? I guess let's do MMA because it's already started. And let me just find the most recent lines here at 5 dimes. This obviously is a main card that doesn't have a lot of exciting, attractive fights to it, except for the main event, which is Marlon Moraes against Jimmy Rivera, and this is basically essentially whoever wins this fight is going to be in a great position to get finally a title shot against T.J. Dillashaw. Now, here's a comment that these fighters are very, very closely matched. And the odds are very close to even. Normal Nation says Marlon is a step below Rivera. HD is going to get touched. I'm a student of MMA. It's a passion. Just my opinion, though. So Normal Nation liking Jimmy Rivera here. I was thinking, and I told Andreas Hale this, I was thinking that if you gave me a free play on the side, I would have taken Moraes at -105, which was the line when we did the call. Now Moraes is now up to -115, so the market has flipped. Rivera was -115 a day ago. Now Moraes is -115 at 5 dimes, so the market has flipped. The market is also expecting a finish here. It's a 5-round fight. The over 4.5 rounds is -210, so it's a very, very interesting fight. Whoever wins it, again, is going to be in a great position to claim that they deserve a title shot against Dillashaw. The question is just which of these fighters maybe does the 5-round fight favor here. Moraes is a little bit more of a slight fighter. Rivera is stockier. I asked Andreas Hale that, and he thought that the 5-round fight, if the fight goes the distance, that it probably favors Rivera. I'm not sure if I would necessarily agree with that. If you gave me a free play right now, once again, I would take Moraes, but obviously a normal nation disagrees with that, saying Moraes is a step below Rivera. And he says, I'm a student of MMA. It's a passion. Just my opinion, though. I am not a student of MMA. I am a casual bettor of the betting odds in MMA. But people who really, really understand the matchups well can have a great edge on because, as they say in MMA, matchups make fights, and that is so true. So people who have that kind of insight into these MMA showdowns, especially at the high level, can really have a big edge on fights like these that on paper seem like they're evenly matched. So normal nation liking Rivera here. My take would be that Moraes would be the play at the current odds, but I definitely didn't bet that one. And then the rest of the main card just doesn't have a whole lot of attractive fights. Ben Saunders against Jake Ellenberger is an interesting fight. Both of these guys, veterans who have taken a lot of punishment in the octagon, and I kind of don't like to see these fights go off. These guys don't really need to be taking much more punishment in their careers, but they're going to do it. The market obviously is expecting a finish, although Andreas Hale did give an official pick on this one. He liked the over at 1.5 when it was, I think, plus 115, and now it's just plus 105, and I was thinking that might be a sneaky good play here as well, despite the fact that both these guys are kind of shot in their careers. Maybe they'll just be a little bit sluggish and cautious, and that'll cause the fight to go over. Andreas Hale did give an official pick on over 1.5 rounds at plus 115, and the market has moved a little bit in his favor since he did that. And he also gave a pick on Gian Villante as an underdog against Sam Alvey. Villante right now is plus 125. That is where it was when Andreas Hale gave that pick. You can go watch the video that's up at SBRodds.com to listen to Andreas's reasons for liking Villante. That fight is another pass for me. And then the other fights on the card are just throwaways. Obviously, Gillespie is maybe just a little bit too big of a favorite over Vince Pichel at minus 410, but I'm not going to be betting that one either. And it's just kind of a boring card with not a lot of betting value according to my eye. I'm going to have no official picks on this card and definitely no bets. Let's see if there's any opinions coming in.
A ton of opinions
coming in. Cody AV likes the Villante pick. Great. What else do we have? What else? What opinions are coming in? Jim.
Marty Muerte on Jimmy Rivera. And then what's my man Anna Merrick has a bunch of ideas on this fight. Let me get to it. Kobe Valentine on El Terror is a more versatile fighter who can counter Moraes' striking, but his aggressiveness, takedowns, and ability to prevent a constant stand-up fight is where he has the edge for me. Pittsburgh Brew on Ben Saunders. Parlay Poppy on Pichel. Play of the day at plus 330.
That's what I was thinking. Gillespie is a great prospect and a huge favorite. However, Pichel is 11-1 and a seasoned vet and coach. Love fading the prospect against the proven veteran. And we did see that recently in the Darren Till fight, but Till came out on top of that one. And this one is Parlay Poppy, you're probably right. I'm not going to bet any money or even risk any units fading Gillespie here, but that is my sense. And when I first was analyzing this fight, Gillespie was up near minus 500, and it's now down to minus 400. So that is the way the market has reacted. In agreement with you, Parlay Poppy, and you might still be right. Annie Marak says the play is Jimmy Rivera. Marlon got bet because he opened as a bigger dog. It's a pick 'em. Take Rivera. Interesting. Kobe Valentine also liking Rivera. Rivera will be able to take out Moraes out of his comfort zone and likely grind this thing out, where he has a recent history of doing his best work in the later rounds, which is exactly what Andreas Hale was saying. I said, if this fight goes the distance, whom does that favor? Andreas Hale said Rivera. Seems like Kobe Valentine's agreeing with that. Rivera also just faced a power fighter in Almeida and handled it rather well. I like Rivera to win this bout. Maybe Rivera by decision might be a nice way to go. Let me just check what Five Dimes has right now. Rivera by decision. I'm just quickly checking this. Let me see. Rivera by decision. Let me see. Where is it? Come on. Come on. Hold on. Rivera by decision. Hold on one second. Rivera by decision plus 160. I don't know. I think I'd rather, because a finish could happen here. Anything could happen in 5 rounds. I think if you like Rivera, I think I'd rather take just Rivera at -105 than by decision at plus 160.
Gillespie by submission plus 275. Thoughts?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that fight, I'm just passing on. I'm just passing on that fight. Let's see. What else do we have? Pittsburgh Crew. I'm on Ben Saunders. That's actually what I was talking about with Andreas Hale. I said both these guys are shot. Should Ellenberger really be a -200 favorite? And Andreas Hale agreed with that. He said probably not, and that if he had to make a play on this one on a side, he would take Saunders as a big underdog, and I would agree with that. Kobe Valentine says Moraes has the clear advantage in raw striking power, and his creativeness could pay off against the aggressive Rivera. All right. What else do we have here? Other comments that you're seeing, Jim? Just shout them out if you see any interesting comment.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
I got one from Bobby Robinson. This is the best fucking show, isn't it? I think so. I think so. But I also think the Twins are a good bet on the first 5 innings tonight, and that might be a terrible play. Terrible call
Eric
there.
Stiffen says Gillespie all day, man. Unreal wrestler. If you follow his Instagram, unreal work ethic.
Yeah. Except, he's -400 against a guy who's no slouch. And a few days ago, he's -500 against a guy who's no slouch. I mean, if he's fighting some, if it's a bar fight against some dude, yeah, he should be a 95% or 99.999% chance to win a bar fight. But, he's going up against another guy who rarely loses, who, as whoever said it, has a lot of experience, well coached, disciplined, a real legit MMA fighter. What are the chances that Gillespie wins this one? I don't know. Probably right around where it is right now, about 80%. But if you start going too much higher than that, you're really disrespecting Vince.
Looks like we got ourselves a tranny as well, which is always always a nice thing at the end of a tough week. We're about to hit our 10th show. And nothing like a tranny just to kind of, set us off into the sunset.
I'm going to stick to just MMA comments here.
Sure.
And Parlay Poppy agreeing that Ellenberger and Saunders over 1.5 rounds is a great bet. All in caps. Both are fighting for their jobs, old, and will fight skeptically to hopefully edge out a win and keep their UFC checks coming in. You're absolutely right, Parlay Poppy. I mean, both these guys can be finished and can easily get finished, but you're absolutely right. You have to be thinking about what's going on in their minds. You got to assume that both these guys are going to be a little bit cautious, care more about not getting knocked out than about getting an early finish. Andreas Hale likes the over 1.5 rounds at plus 115. Parlay Poppy agreeing with that. That might be the best fight on the best bet on the main card, except maybe for Rivera. Everyone seems to be liking Rivera. I haven't seen one comment here, someone saying that they like Moraes.
I have not seen it either.
Have you? Jim, no.
No, everyone talking about Rivera on the dog line.
Yeah. He's not really, he's -105 right now. It's let's see. Other comments, other interesting comments.
A lot of people excited about your WNBA analysis,
yeah, all right,
too.
So let's get to WNBA. Let's get to WNBA right now. I did give 2 picks in the morning show. One of them, the market has strongly moved in my favor. I did give Connecticut on the first half, -4 at plus 117. That line has gotten bet way up. Now it is, 5. It's 5 market wide, so that's nice. Nice to see that. Connecticut is a very deep and quality team, and Chicago is definitely a team that I'm looking to bet on in certain spots. But I'm willing to take Connecticut on the first half here. Connecticut just has so many scorers in double digits and everything. They're just a very, very deep team. Bookmaker just dropped to 4.5 on that first half, but okay. And then I did give Phoenix at +8. That line has not moved one shred since the morning show. And some people were suggesting that Minnesota might be a great play here. I definitely would not want to take Phoenix early because Minnesota, is probably going to come out and after the losses in a row, especially after last game, losing to Atlanta, and come out here and try to establish their dominance. I'm just not totally sure that Minnesota is the well-oiled machine that they were last year, as their coach admitted that they're not. And Phoenix is, a team that I think is deep and veteran and getting a lot of points here. But I might be on the wrong side of that one. The line has not moved since the morning. And I was also thinking about a shot with the over on this one. Minnesota has been a very low-scoring, defense-oriented team this year so far. Phoenix has been a relatively high-scoring team this year, and I'm thinking that Minnesota might try to pick things up offensively, and that if Minnesota does get a cover here, it might be a surprisingly high-scoring game, and I could easily see this being a game where Phoenix loses ATS but still covers the over on their team total, which is 75. So that was another way I was thinking as well, and I might throw that one on there, although I don't know if I want to double up on a Phoenix, but I was definitely leaning team total over at 75. Maybe I should have given that one instead of giving +8. I'm liking both roughly the same. Maybe even the team total over a little bit more.
Godmother has spoken.
Oh, yes, Godmother.
Connecticut -8 over in the Vegas game and Vegas.
The Vegas game, yes. The Vegas game, I still did not get a chance to look at. I wonder what Godmother, I don't know if Godmother takes requests, but Godmother 87, do you have any opinions on this Minnesota Phoenix game? Would really love to know what those are. I was thinking that at 8 points, Minnesota would be the play, and that at 75 on the team total, that the over would be the play for Phoenix.
Tolmore says that Chicago is missing their key point guard, Vandersloot. I guess I'm going to have to get that jersey. Yes. On the Suns at -3.5 first half.
3.5 first half. Nice job. I got him at -4, and it is now all the way up to a -5. And the Phoenix team total over is actually now at 74.5 at Pinnacle. So it's headed down a little bit. I know that Minnesota plays can play strong defense, but I think that in this spot they're going to try to put up some points to try to. I mean, I would be leaning over in this game in general, despite the fact that Minnesota has been a low-scoring team recently. I mean, I know that what the hell is her name?
Vandersloot?
No, the one that you know, Griner. Griner can be a beast defensively, but I'm thinking that this will be one way or another a game that gets over. I would be leaning over, and that was funny, Jim. That was a delayed laugh. Vandersloot, you have a nice way of delivering those lines, Jim. That was funny. That was very funny. I wish people could have seen that. It was directed at the camera. Let me just find the team total here at Pinnacle, and I might throw on the Phoenix team total over on this one. Are any comments coming in, Jim, on WNBA?
Yes, underdogs on the Las Vegas Aces +9. I guess thinks there's going to be a bounce back spot for them after they got destroyed. Went to Lower Merion with Kobe, and we were the Aces except in football for some reason. We were the Bulldogs in football and one other sport. Let's see. Underdog says Vegas has 2 players back. Todd Raymond says, love you guys.
Thank you so much, Todd Raymond. Love you too.
Anwar Parker, WNBA, Las Vegas Aces +8.5. Wow. Yeah. So we're seeing it again. Mally Mal on the same thing. Yeah. They gave us Seattle -11.5 last night. Don't think they're going to give us Vegas +9. Kobe Valentine says if shots are falling for the Mercury, they'll be in the game until the end with a chance to steal it late.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take the Phoenix team total over as well. 74.5 -110. At this point, I'm liking that a little bit more than the +8 line because I agree. I could easily see Minnesota, pulling away late and winning this one by 11 or 12 or something like that. But the game going way over and Phoenix covering the team total over. So I'm going to go on it 2 ways. I'm going to throw on the Phoenix team total over 74.5 -110, and I would definitely also have a lean to the full game over on this one as well at 157 or so. And definitely, if I like any second half plays on any of these games, I will tweet them out. If I like them enough to bet them, I'll tweet them out. And anything I tweet out, of course, goes on my official record in all sports.
Gerald Martinez, I'm on the Lynx first quarter, first half.
I mean, that makes sense.
Anwar Parker on Connecticut game over 170. And Not Applicable says if Pete shits the bed tonight, Jimmy will get that camel hair jacket back.
Yes, you absolutely will. You absolutely can. You can wear it anytime you want. The total seems to be headed down, though, in the Phoenix-Minnesota game. I mean, I understand why that would be. Minnesota can play tough defense, and so can Phoenix. But I'm thinking that at some point this game should open up and be a little bit higher scoring. I might be wrong on that one. We'll see how it turns out. As I always say, there's no locks in these games. And if you think about any bet long enough, you can always talk yourself out of anything and make a very strong case for the other side, which is why the line is where it is and not something that's a lot more beatable. So I'm taking Phoenix team total over 74.5 -110, as well as +8 on the game. And I did give Connecticut -4 first half in the morning show. Now up to 5. We'll see how that turns out. Washington and the Aces, no play as of right now. And any second half plays I'm liking, I'll tweet out. And that's it for WNBA. Jimmy the Bag. We can go back to MLB, and maybe I can convert some of my leans to official plays. But while I'm thinking about which plays I might want to triple or quadruple up on, why don't you give your just general thoughts right now on NBA? The NBA Game 2 goes on Sunday. The Game 3 in the NHL Finals, of course, goes on Saturday. And I was talking to Zach Jones for SBR about this NBA game. The more I was talking with him, the more I was thinking maybe just strategically at some point in this game, the Cavs are just going to donk it off. They're just going to be like, listen, we're not going to win this game. Fine. Golden State, let them blow us out by 40. We're going to try to get 2 wins at home and then revisit the whole series. Game 5. You know what I'm saying?
I also think that's a real possibility. So I need to wait a little bit more. I want to make sure that Iguodala is doubtful for Game 2. So that's a huge deal. Him being doubtful. I need him in the lineup if I'm going to take the Warriors. I don't want Durant to get tired out defending LeBron. So I think there's some time that we do need to wait. We need to find out what's going on with some of these guys. But if Iguodala is not in the lineup. I think the Cavs throw the kitchen sink at them. Every single ounce of energy they have. So so now seeing that just on Roto World right now does give me pause. If Iguodala was in the lineup, I would say the Warriors roll. But if you're going to have these superstar offensive players expending energy trying to stop the best player in the league, it's going to hurt them long term. It's going to hurt them in the game.
Yeah, it definitely will. You mind talking a little bit more so I can decide which of these leans I want to go on here? What about the NHL, Jim? Do you have any thoughts on how the NHL game is going to go?
I have a ton of thoughts, and we're getting information from the chat saying that Kuznetsov looks like he's good to go. I'm going to take the under, and I'm going to take the Capitals, but I do want to wait till the very last minute so that I can get all the information possible and know for sure that Kuznetsov is good. If Kuznetsov is not in the lineup, I'll be even more confident in the under, and I won't take the Capitals. I really think this game, it's going to tighten up in Washington. I really believe that, and the market believes that too. When we go to the line, the money has been coming in on the under, and we've seen nice, Small Dick Donnie's joined us.
Nice, Small Dick Donnie.
We haven't had Small Dick Donnie in a while. So money coming in on Vegas, which is makes sense. They're now down to plus 111, plus 110, pretty much across the board, plus 105 at UWager. UWager's been giving great lines of late. And then if you go to the total, the money is coming in on the under. Wow, minus 119 at Pinnacle, minus 120 at Intertops. I like that. I like the Capitals to play very, very tight. And I like the Capitals to win Lord Stanley's Cup. Sean Roberts says cap series price right now. I'm going to take a look at that actually, see what that is. So, but yeah, while I'm doing that, who says caps, Jimmy? Breets Beats, nice that Breets Beats with us. Also is liking Capitals. I just think that this is a team with veterans that have been through all the wars and know what it takes to win. And Ovechkin's done so much except this, and they want to do it for him. And let's see, to win the series right now, pick them. Minus 110. Wow. Amazing. With Washington taking home ice advantage that they wouldn't be a favorite. Let's see, series correct score. If you take Washington to win in 6, it's plus 300. Wow. That's the favorite. That's the most favorite spot is either Washington to win in 6 or Vegas to win in 7. That makes sense to win in their home ice. I think things are going to tighten up. Not applicable says like to see Caps win it. Sean Robertson says minus 110 in my book. JK just searched Courtney Vandersloot jerseys to get me. Beautiful. They're sold out everywhere.
Sold out everywhere and all retailers. Wow. Can't even stock them. Can't even keep them in stock.
That's fine. I'm going to want to make my own jersey because I want the salute in capital letters. And let's see. Breed speed on the Caps. Sean Robinson plus 115 in my book last night. Wow, money coming in on the Caps there. Mr. Cloudkick says, Bag, stop fading Vegas. Hasn't been working out. I guess you didn't see me in game 2 when it did work out, Mr. Cloudkicks. But I love you, Mr. Cloudkicks. You're a pal of the show, so I'm not going to lose my mind on you and tell you about what I do with a sharpened chopstick and a couple fingers on your shoulder, especially with your back turned. Some of the horrifying things I would do while drinking enormous amounts of Costa Rican tap water. I won't do that. I won't do that because I love you, Mr. Cloudkicks. But I hit it in game 2, and I'm going to hit it again. And I'm up 18 units in NHL. I know that's not nearly as good as my
high water mark. But all right, in the meantime, I've made some decisions here. I am going to triple up on a bunch of these games in MLB. I am going to go on with you with the Seattle first 5 innings team total over 2 minus 115. You think that's solid, Jim?
I do. I think that Romo's going to get touched immediately.
And I also am going to take the Tampa Bay Seattle first 5 innings over 4.5 plus 110. 4.5 plus 110, first 5 innings. And for the Cincinnati San Diego game, I'm not going to take the first half over at 4.5, but I am going to take both first half team totals. So hopefully, probably I'll win one, lose one, and lose about 1/10 of a unit. But maybe I'll hit both. Maybe I'll hit one and push on the other. Cincinnati first 5 innings team total over 2 at minus 122, and San Diego first 5 innings team total over 2 at minus 105. That is at Heritage right now. The only other plays that I'm seriously thinking about are throwing on the Angels -1. Seriously thinking about doubling up on the Oakland team total over and taking the full game team total over on Oakland as well at 4.5 juiced. Again, the Angels -1, and that's pretty much it. I converted most of my leans to picks. Hopefully that won't come back to burn me. I was also, I wanted to ask about this, Jim. The Texas first 5 innings team total over is just 1.5, and the first 5 over is 4.5. What's your take? I mean, Barria gave up 3 home runs in his last start, right? He can get hit. What's your take on the Texas lineup right now? Just 5-second version, 15-second version.
First off, I think that Barria is going to start getting touched. I think that that 2.97 ERA was an ERA when people hadn't seen him, and now that we have tape on him, I think that it's that it will regress. And then the Rangers lineup is stronger with Beltre back, but Beltre is hesitant. I watched his at-bats. He's just not comfortable with that because he's had back-to-back. I don't know if it's calf or hamstring, but back-to-back DL spots because of it. And I don't trust the Rangers offense. But if you were doing a full game over, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, and who's starting? Barria. All right, so I'm not going to take the Rangers first 5 innings team total over, but I will double up. I'll take the first 5 innings over on this one. Texas, LA Angels, first 5 innings over at 4.5 minus 122. 4.5 minus 122. Bartolo Colon seems like he's fine though, but I'm thinking he gets touched here.
I do too. I think he gets touched as well. I really do. Twadi Latte says Texas has lots of power. I mean, Joey Gallo batting under 200, hitting home runs. Odor is hitting 200 as well. If Odor was hitting like he was 2 years ago, I think things would be different.
Yeah. All right, so I'm throwing on the first 5 innings over 4.5 at minus 122 on that one at Pinnacle, and then the Angels -1. Should I throw that one on there, Jim? They're probably going to win.
I like it. I'm on it. I'm on -1.5.
You are.
And if you want to take a few seconds to think about it, Mr. Cloudkick says he was fading Vegas all season, though. I guess you weren't watching the show because what I was doing was I was leaving a ton of money on the table by not taking them. I very rarely went against them, Mr. Cloudkicks. And again, I won't tell you the things that I might do with a sharpened chopstick. I got a pencil sharpener with me. I only use wooden chopsticks. But I won't get into it.
All right, I'm going to take the Angels -1. The best line on the money line, once again, at UWager -164. Best line on the run line for the Angels. Jim got +135. That is not available anymore. I'm going to have to take a +131 at Pinnacle. I will take that one, and I'll triple up on that game as well. Angels -1. I have added that, and I think I'll stop. Right now. The only other plays that I'm leaving on the table are, let's see, what am I leaving on the table here? Just doubling up on the Oakland team total over, but I'll just take that one way for now. Other plays that I'm leaving on the table, that's pretty much it. I've converted most of my leans to official picks. All right, so just to sum up, Jim has added 5 plays in MLB. He has added Cubs first 5 innings team total over 2.5. Philly money line. Dodgers -1.5. Seattle first half team total over 2, and Seattle full game team total over 4. I've added a ton of picks in WNBA. Phoenix team total over 74.5, and then in MLB just a ton here. Yankees second half. White Sox over 8.5. Angels -1. Minnesota first half plus a half. That's probably a bad play, but I'm on it anyway. Tampa Bay first half team total over 1.5. Angels first half over 4.5. Cincinnati first 5 innings over 2. San Diego first 5 innings over 2. Oakland first 5 innings over 2.5. Seattle first 5 innings over 2. Tampa Bay Seattle first 5 innings over 4 at +110. And that's it. Those are all the plays that I've added in MLB. So I got a ton of plays here, Jim. I might break even. I might come back on Monday and have the exact same record as I have now. Might be even. Might be up 25 units. We'll see.
I love it.
You love it, Jim.
I love it. I'm excited. It's been a
what a week.
Difficult week.
Another crazy week.
It's been a difficult week for me in MLB, but I know that if I just stay focused and trust the process and listen to the great cappers on their chat and listen to Pete, that I'll get myself back in action, just like I did in NBA. I was sort of in this situation in NBA.
Absolutely. So. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Thanks so much to all the commenters and the viewers. We love you so much. Oh, shit. I totally forgot. We're not quite getting out. I forgot about the favorite part of the show, our favorite part of the show, and yours, Lucrative Larry's play of the future. Fresh off a win. Fresh off a big win. Lucrative Larry awkwardly running down the aisle, trying to get in before the graphic goes down. Lucrative Larry now awkwardly squatting next to me. Lucrative Larry, what do you have for us?
Guess who won yesterday? It was me. Don't guess. I'm taking the Samsung Lions. Staying Korea. Samsung Lions over the NC Dinos plus 127 at Pinnacle. I'm staying in Korea. I'm winning there. Why the fuck would I leave there?
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Larry, sticking in Korea.
All right. Lucrative Larry ends the week with a pick from Korean baseball, and we will be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks so much, everyone. See you then.